Hello fellow gamers, this is Sophie9709 and I'm playing The Room 2 by Fireproof Studios on Steam. And I'm going to put a confession out here. I've actually played through this game several times already because, well, this is one of my favourite games on Steam. Actually, the whole series, of which there are 3 games so far, they're basically my favourite games so far ever. Now, which means that I'm going to play through them extremely quickly, and I'm going to probably showcase some of the puzzles, Easter eggs, and stuff you can probably do in the game that you probably didn't know. Now, I'm playing on a touchscreen, a Dell XPS 13, which, yes, I have to admit, it is not a gaming computer. But it does the job well. And when I say, I have to emphasize on the fact that it actually has a touchscreen, because with these types of games, you do need to use your fingers. I mean, Fireproof Studios, they did rebuild the game from the mobile port, from the PC up, so that, no, from the ground up, I mean, my language, from the ground up, so that you can actually use it, so you can actually use the mouse and keyboard really, really easily. However, I would still recommend that you use your fingers. Yes, it still has full touchscreen capabilities. Now, double tap on the other table too, yeah. Now, why is this one of my favourite games? Because it's so exciting. No, this isn't. I was just joking. Because it's actually a really, really good puzzler. And it's got all sorts of different elements to it. Well, I'm not too sure if any of you guys actually are old enough to remember the Myst series by Cyan Games. But those are really, really good games as well, especially if you enjoy those puzzle-y games that actually has a lot of interactive elements about it, I suppose. And many people say that the Room series is a spiritual successor to those games. Oh, if you're wondering why I'm saying and a lot, is because this is my first ever recorded video for a game playthrough, which means I don't really have a lot of experience just speaking right on the spot. That sounds really awkward, I know. I'm a geek. What can I say? Well, if you're wondering why I'm pausing for those leases and things like that, even though most playthroughs usually don't, you know, just get into the game and show what the solutions are. It's because, believe it or not, this series actually does have a plot. It's very subtle. You have to kind of figure out what it is with the breadcrumbish clues provided. But there is a plot, and because I played all 3 games, I've basically figured out what it is. But not a lot of people do, because, well, most people just enjoy the games for, well, the playthroughs, the puzzles, and the prettiness. But, yeah. Well, I'm a Sherlock Holmes fan, so I really do enjoy mysteries. So, as you can probably tell, this is a very, very standalone-ish game, and you probably don't need to play the first game in order to get what on earth is happening. But there are some pretty key plot elements in the first game that you need to check out if you do want to see what the whole spiel is about. Why on earth are you trapped in rooms? Why on earth are you here, basically? Now, I am stalling for time because I want to show you the hint system. Because, well, like any good puzzles, sometimes you get stumped and you have no idea what to do. So, goodness knows. Yeah, the hint system, it takes a little while to activate sometimes, because they're like, the game developers think, this is a completely obvious solution. You should probably know what to do next. I don't see. Okay, most people are usually stuck on about here, so I'll probably put a hint system for this bit. Yes, well, another thing the game is famed for is the whole Greek Gothic creepiness. So as you can see here, the eye follows you. It's not a living eye. You tell what it is. Oh, there we go. Narrative voice. Your narrative voice is as cheeky as hell sometimes. Very, very snarky, which may or may not reflect who you are. sometimes reflects who I am, especially if I'm getting more and more frustrated with the game. So yeah, come on hint system. If you're wondering what it is, then you just want to skip to, I don't know, a few minutes of game. It's basically a glowing question mark seen on the top left-hand corner of the screen, and it'll make a little dung sound when you actually manage to earn a hint from sheer frustration. Oh, there we go. So if I tap on the question mark, it shows you clues. And unfortunately, you can't cycle through the clues until you actually earned, I don't know, another clue or something rather. And sometimes the clues can be extremely obvious. Some people don't like the clues, so what they do is they press the pause button, top right-hand corner, game paused, options, and there you go. The hint is the very, very first thing you see. And you can change the game system around a little bit. Now that we found out what the hints are, here's another tip for the game. If you're ever stuck, not only must you explore, use your eyepiece. Seswin, there you go. I wonder if you can actually cycle through. No, you can't cycle through the clues. But perhaps the code's hidden somewhere around the room. Seswin, there you go. S. I may as well turn this off, you can't see. ESWN. Oh, this looks interesting. I should take a closer look. Do access your inventories, because there's always things you can fiddle around with in your inventory to actually advance the game. And of course, the square stuff goes into square holes. As I said, the game is intuitive. So, red glow. Can't see a single fig. Eyepiece! Oh dear me. Sometimes the computer's not as responsive as I like it to be sometimes, but you know, this is what happens when I choose a crappy Ultrabook over a gaming computer to play my games. It's entirely my fault, I'm afraid, so I can't complain. Of course, some of you will say that, well, the XPS 13 is a perfectly fine computer. And you'll be absolutely right. It's actually one of the best Ultrabooks out there, but let me emphasize on the word Ultrabook. It is definitely not designed for playing games. Oh. And another thing, I probably should tell you that these games are best played using headphones, because it's got so many creepy gothic goodness as well as ambient sound, that if you actually have a really, really good set of headphones, you'll be able to get right into the game and right into the environment, which often adds to the scare factor sometimes. I mean, this game has lots of visceral details. It can get a bit creepy sometimes, but it's never downright scary. I mean, you might get a bit freaked out if you play this on the full night at midnight with all the lights closed and using headphones. Otherwise, it's alright. It'll give you the chills sometimes, I suppose, put it this way. So yeah, this is a playthrough of the first chapter of The Room 2. Hope you guys enjoyed it. And in the next video, I'll do the second chapter, of course. Well then, see you around. Sophie9709 signing out.